Hey guys, it's Lisa here from Arcane and Stellar, and I'm here with another pick a card reading. So, this reading was a request from Leandre Fan Forever. So she's asked about this like twice. Yeah, see that? And she says, can you please do a pick a card reading on is your crush single? Do they like you? Will they come forward? I'm just going to focus on is your crush single just because this is a general reading. And if I ask too many questions, I feel like they can get murky. And especially because there's so many different people watching. So I'll just focus on one piece of this question. Is your crush single? Also, Gerasi, I think is that the nickname, the name? I think it's Gerasi asked if I could mention the gemstones on each pile, so I will. So we have piles 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is blue lace agate, emerald, citrine. It's a piece of citrine that broke off, and then rose quartz. So those are the stones that we have. So with that being said, I want to say a huge thank you, guys. I'm at 10K now, and I forgot to even mention it yesterday because I was too excited, and I just want to say really thank you guys for subscribing. I'm really glad that my readings have resonated with some people. I love connecting with you guys in the comments and seeing you when you DM me. I love it. I just really love connecting with you guys, and that's really the best part about this. That I did this channel, that I had the bravery to do it because I was quite shy and scared for so long. So I'm glad I've put myself out there because I've met some really cool people. Also, if you want to book a private reading, I do those now. It's down in the description box. There are two options. You can either buy a reading through the Etsy store, or you can purchase something off my wish list, and be sure to leave a way to contact you, email or Instagram, for instance, and then I will set up a private reading with you too. And it doesn't matter, like the cost doesn't matter of what you buy off the wish list. It's a thought to me that counts. That was my original intention for the wish list, but that's just, I can't just let people get me things without paying them back in some way. So anyways, guys, use your intuition, picking a pile takes some time. Picture your person and see which pile you're drawn into, and you'll find the timestamps down below. So see you guys in your reading. Hey, so if you've chosen pile number 1 with this blue lace agate, this is your reading. I love blue lace agate. It's one of my favorite stones. I love moonstone, blue lace agate, and I like as well, moonstone, blue lace agate, and rose quartz. Those are my favorites. Okay, so I like citrine as well, but depends. So your answer, this is funny because this reading kind of has some kind of more vague. We didn't get any yes or no's, like straight up yes or no's, but this is a sign. And I feel like there's going to be a few different, because this is the crystal ball. Oh my goodness, this is a crystal ball pocket oracle. I do have a link down below to the Etsy shop that sells this. Wonderful little deck. It's only got 13 cards, but they're just question answers. So we have the Two of Pentacles. So after, at first I pulled the Crystal Ball Oracle cards, and then based off of those, I asked the next question to make it a little bit more personalized rather than, or general, to make it a little bit more personal. Okay, so we have the Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, Strength, and the King of Cups. And then we have Blessed as your advice, as well as Commitments and Release. This is from the Raven's Wand Oracle, and I want to say a huge thank you to Christine for purchasing this off the wish list. You're a sweetheart. And I'm so excited actually for this oracle because I've been wanting it for quite some time now. And I haven't read the book series, and now I really want to because I've been looking through the guidebook, and it's very interesting. So, let me see. Where did I put... Okay. It's interesting. We have somebody here who balances a lot. You might have been somebody who's focused a lot on the stability factors in your life, work and school, or, wherever you're at in life. There's a lot of things going on. For some of you, you could be, mothers. It doesn't have to be. You could just have a motherly energy. But I do see like that you've kind of reached a maturity somehow, or recently kind of reached some kind of maturity in terms of your status, like financially or educationally. You are grounded. You're a very grounded person. And it may not also be easy for you. You could be a bit of a slow mover sometimes. It might be hard for you to kind of come forward at times. It could be that also you're just very busy and you're weighing out your options. You're not sure. You're looking maybe for also something that's like long-term, that has longevity. You're looking for somebody to settle down with. as well. And you're looking for an equal here. You're looking for a king, right? You're a queen and you're looking for the king. I see a lot of strong cards here, so I do feel like you're a very strong person. But you may be a bit guarded sometimes, or a bit slow and question. You have a lot of patience when it comes to these type of things. So in regards to what you should do, is your crush single? I feel like they are. I do feel like they are. This is kind of, indicating, I kind of was like, what's the sign? One of the things that I want to say is that if you have been really focused on yourself and you've really done a lot of self-work, I feel like this is a sign that you should kind of offer, yourself to somebody, to this person. You might want to make an offering here with the King of Cups to, because I feel like you've come to a really good place in life. So your sign could be, again, and for some of you, you could have had previous relationships that have made you a little bit of a person who is careful in what you do. You have a lot of inner strength, for sure, and you might hold back sometimes in what you want, because you're just afraid of disrupting your stability, the kind of stable world you've kind of created yourself. So for the Oracle cards, we have commitments and release. And I'd like to read out of the guidebook because I just got this one. And I would like to, I know that blessed talks about knowing that you're blessed in a situation, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but let's start with commitments. So it says, foreseeing the inevitable for Britain's wolves, a Caledonian coven took the last of them and hid them safely away in rock and wood. They can only become flesh and blood once more when their protectors come to awaken them. Wolves are hidden throughout the picture, and young Kelly Sweet is entrusted with their hiding places. Her responsibility is as great as a mountain looming over her. She has commitment in equal measure, for a witch knows that a promise is not made lightly, nor is it ever broken. Assess your commitments and accept only that which you can manage. So, I feel like that really goes well with kind of the person I feel like you are right now. You do have a careful energy. You want long-term commitment. You want to settle down. You want to have somebody that can, be with you in the long term. You're not looking for, a quick fling. And so that might be why you've been hesitating with this person, as you're not sure what's the longevity of this. One thing that I see here is that I do feel like maybe it is time for you to kind of step forward. Maybe you've been taking on too much in other ways and kind of neglecting your love life. And this might be telling you like, hey, this is a sign that you need to kind of, you're at a place where you need to be there and you're ready to kind of, move forward in some way in relationships. And maybe that's, moving forward with this person. Are they single? I feel like they are, for most of you. I feel like if there's a small portion of you, it could be that they're married, but you probably would already know that, so I don't think you'd be on this reading. Because maybe they're the King of Cups and they have the Queen of Pentacles, and they're juggling, I feel like that's going to be rare. I feel like you would already know this. Yeah, because I don't think you'd be asking that question. So, and then we have release. So let's look at that. Ellie Breeze comes to free the souls of the innocents who were tried and condemned with their witches. She's risking capture to release others. Such is the lure of freedom. As we set others free, we sweep away the injustice of oppression. The cats have shaken off the chains of dread and pain, and they sail into the night to evermore, led by their smallest and youngest. The earth around the slaughter stone is purged, its hurts discharged. Ellie hurries to be on her way, although she knows that even if she's caught, the deeds of liberation was worth the risk. That's what I feel like you've been doing here. I feel like with these cards, like the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups, you have released a lot of your pain, a lot of your hurt in your life. You're at a very good place, I feel like. I feel like for once in your life, or at least for the, for the recent, past of yours, the past few years, you're at a great place. You've done a lot of self-work. And what I'm feeling like is that maybe you still have some things holding you back, like a little bit of fears. Even though you've gone so far, there's still a little bit of fear holding you back. But we have blessed, and that's such a beautiful message. So these are your advice cards, the oracle cards. So this is kind of based off of what you should be doing. So, something wonderful that is unearned and unexpected, grace that is unforeseen gift from spirit. And in relationships, you are moving toward a deepening of intimacy in a unique and sacred partnership. You know you are meant to make this connection. This union, blessed by the divine, will bring transformation and beauty to the world. This is also a sign that, even more important, you're being called to have a deeper intimacy with yourself and spirit. With this new development, you will see evidence of grace in your life. So what I'm kind of seeing is this might be the sign that you're ready. If you've been wondering, hey, am I ready to like kind of approach someone? Am I there yet? Have I healed enough from previous hurts? I feel like you have. Even if you're scared that you haven't, I feel like this is telling you that you have. Again, with this commitment cards, it's like you might be ready to commit to another part of your life. In which, you open your heart to somebody, that you share, the valuable parts you have inside of yourself. Because I do feel like there's a lot of emotional maturity. And I feel like this person could also have a lot of emotional maturity as well. And it could even be, with the Strength card, a very loyal partnership. I see a lot of cards of loyalty here. So, with that being said, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope that this resonates with you. And, let me know if it did below. Let me know that you picked pile number 1 so I can give your comment a heart. And if you want a private reading, all that information is down in the description box below. You can either get a reading through the Etsy store that I've opened, or you could purchase something off my wish list. Just be sure to leave a way to contact you, such as your email or your Instagram, so I can give you a private reading as a thank you. Yeah, it's just either way, however is comfortable with you. Some people want to see certain decks on the channel, and so that's an option for them. So anyways, take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next reading. If you have any requests, let me know. I try to screenshot them, especially if I think it's something that a lot of people want, you know what I mean? And it would be, something that would be beneficial to everybody. So, take care, guys. Hey, guys, so if you chose pile number 2, which is the emerald gemstone, this is your reading. So let's see, is your crush single? And so how I'm doing this is I took, first of all, the Crystal Ball Oracle. The link to this will be down below. It's an Etsy. It's on an Etsy store. And it's funny because we kind of got some interesting responses from there. We didn't get any straight yes or no's, but we have some indicators here. So we have go, the time is right. So I do feel like it might be time for you to make a move on this connection. But let's look at the rest of the cards. I want to say a big thank you to Amy for getting me this Light Seers Tarot off the wish list. Like, this is so sweet. I really like this deck, although the card stock, I can see why people complain about it, but I still love it nevertheless. Still love it. Let's see. So we have the 3 of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Wheel, Temperance, and the 4 of Wands. So a lot of wands here, a lot of passion. And then we have the Call of Longing with the Oracle. These are going to be your advice, the advice for you. So Never-Ending Story and the Call of Longing. We'll get to those in a minute. So is your crush single? I feel like they are. I see that you're being told to kind of make a move. Put something out there. We have the 3 of Wands, and this is somebody who's already kind of put some things out there already and is waiting for the return. I feel like if you haven't already made a move, that you definitely should. You should definitely send it off, like that invitation perhaps. I feel like here it's like an invitation to maybe something with the 4 of Wands. Maybe you want to go to a concert, you want to go to an event, a party. I feel like you should invite this person and kind of, because I feel like it will go well. I feel like what you need to do is take a chance here with the Page of Wands and the Wheel. See how she has dice on her, around her neck? It's kind of like the luck of in poker chips down here. It's like the luck of the are those poker chips? I hope so, because actually I don't know poker very well. But I definitely see, taking a gamble, taking a risk, especially with the Page of Wands, just letting go and letting your hair flow and just go with it, I see that maybe with these type of cards, I have to wonder if, I do feel like that there's definitely some definite attraction. You have a strong magnetic type of attraction to this person. You have even a longing here with the 3 of Wands. She's looking off into the distance, and I do see like a type of longing here, that feeling there. But, and we have the Call of Longing here. I'm kind of curious how that's going to resonate into it, because it's a new deck, so I'm going to have to read it out of the guidebook. But Temperance here. I feel like you're very spiritually awoken right now. Like, you've awoken, right? No, you've spiritually awoken. Sorry. We have the Moon and the Sun. So I feel like your ego and your emotions, like the inner part of you, like your outer part, your inner self, are very balanced right now. You're very like in tune right now. And I feel like you've done, like pile number one kind of had this too, but I feel like you've done a lot of like work on yourself. There could be some things in which you are still holding yourself back on with the never-ending story. This can talk about how we criticize ourselves, how we are indecisive. See how it's the arrow here is in between. Oh, sorry, the ring light. See, there's an arrow here. Come on, camera. Do your thing. There we go. See how there's an arrow in between yes and no. So it's kind of like that indecision. And what I feel like it is like, go, the time's right. Stop telling yourself old stories about yourself, maybe rejections, past rejections you've had. I do see that you're longing for this situation. So it's like, why would you let, your past rejections hold you back? I don't feel like this person is seeing anybody. I feel like you should make a move. Let's look at the call of longing and see what that says. Witches make sure to never be seen flying, and seldom soar too high. Ruthie Comfort sits on her lightning staff and watches the swallows easily achieve greater heights than her. The clouds are darkening, and if she wants to ascend even higher, there will be risks involved. She longs to follow the brave little birds, but longing can lead us to places we shouldn't attempt to go, such as into the brooding clouds, or we might weather the storm and break through it to only find what lies beyond is disappointing. The grass is certainly not greener at all. So maybe that's what you're worried about. Maybe you're worried about putting yourself into this situation because maybe it won't work out. You could be also just afraid of putting yourself out there again with that never-ending story. Maybe in past relationships, you put yourself out there and it didn't work out, or you were rejected, or you felt inferior in some way. Obviously this is a general reading, so it's going to resonate a little bit differently. But I do feel like you're very powerful right now with the Temperance card. I feel like you can handle this. This guy has wings too, and I feel like you do too. And Temperance is about that masculine as well, because look at the moon here and the sun. It's about that blending of masculine and feminine energy, not being just the. It's about balancing that. So not being afraid to receive, not being afraid to give, and not being afraid to put yourself out there. So I do feel like you are at a right time to do this. And I think that I feel like what the cards are saying is that you should go for it. You should at least attempt it. Ask this person out, to do something fun and see where it goes. Don't be afraid that nothing will come of it. I don't necessarily see that something will come of it. I don't see that something won't come of it either. What I see is that you need to put yourself out there, be brave, and, make a move is what I'm seeing. That's your advice, So, with that being said, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Short and sweet, I know, but, the answers are pretty clear. I definitely take a gamble here with the wheel, is what I'm seeing here. So, with that being said, again, if you want a private reading, that's all down in the description box below. You can either do it through Etsy or my Amazon wishlist. If you do it through, Etsy is where you just buy a reading. Amazon wishlist is like, it started out as something that I kind of just put up there. And then when somebody actually bought me something off there, I was like, wait, I have to do a reading. Because, I need to do something nice back in return because that was so sweet. And so it just kind of turned into that type of thing, If you want to see a certain deck on the channel, or you just want to, help me build my collection, that's a way to get a private reading as well. Like, I will always give the people that buy things off the wishlist a private reading in return. So you just be sure to leave your email or Instagram or a way to contact you in the gift message so that I can get a hold of you as soon as possible, as soon as I get it. So, I'm wishing you all the very best, and I hope that this reading resonates with you, and I will see you next time. Take care, guys. Hi, guys. So if you chose pile number 3, this is your reading. So is your crush single? Let's find out. So I took a card from the Crystal Ball Pocket Oracle. I'm going to put the link down to this deck below. It's on Etsy. So it's a great little deck. It's got 13 cards, but, they're pretty direct, somewhat direct. We didn't exactly. So we have for you. I just totally flew into that. Oh, and by the way, this is citrine. If anyone's asking, it's a tip of it that broke off. And then we have, no need to worry. So, with these readings, I took this card first, this to answer kind of the question, and then I took other, cards based kind of off of that. So I started shuffling, and this is it. This is a good one. So we have the Empress, and I asked I was like, why no need to worry? What's up? So we'll see. King of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the King of Wands. We also have Piercing the Mist and Old Ghosts coming out. And I want to say a big thank you to Christine for getting this deck off the wish list. As well, Mindy, the Everyday Witch Tarot. Like, I've been dreaming about this deck for forever, actually. This was actually the deck I wanted to start with my channel. I wanted to buy this deck in particular, and I didn't because I was like, oh, it's kind of cartoony. And then I regretted it ever since, and I bought it for my husband, as he had asked. He had wanted, you know, to get a tarot deck, and so I was like, well, you know what, I'm going to get you this one because I think it's a great deck for beginners. And it's a little bit, you know, more fun. He has a Rider-Waite too, but it's a little bit more, I guess, fun to look at. But it does follow the Rider-Waite. Anyways, he had it, and he doesn't let me use it because he's like, no, it's my deck. So now I finally have my own. And so I'm super stoked about that. Anyways, so is your crush single? We have no need to worry. So why no need to worry? Because this is, I feel like, a very special connection that you actually have with your crush, okay? We have the Lovers here, and we have soulmates coming out. So there's definitely a soul connection here. With the Lovers, it can be about making a choice, so you may need to take more action in this situation, because we do have the King of Wands over here, and the King of Pentacles. As perhaps that you have been a little bit held back with this person. Maybe you're a bit, the Empress would be, you know, associated with Venus, and, you know, very feminine energy, and feminine energy can kind of be receptive, expecting someone else to make the first move. But you see this King of Wands, he's like got the strategy going on here. So I almost feel like what, you know, it's saying is that you should maybe take some more action. You know, talk to your cat, grab out that map, and make a strategy. About this, you know, take more action. What I see here too is that if by chance you've been afraid of this person, perhaps being a player, I don't feel like that's the case. We have the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands here. These are more mature energies. If it had been the Page or the Knight of Wands, then I could say maybe there is a player energy here. But no, with the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands, it's less likely a player energy. And you know, with the Empress here, I do see your crush as seeing you as somebody who's very beautiful, very alluring, and there's definitely an attraction here. I feel like this person is quite, they could be a bit slow as well, and maybe that's why it's telling you with this King of Wands to kind of make a move yourself, to make that choice. To kind of try to bring this match together, because yeah, maybe sometimes the King of Pentacles can be a bit of a slow poke, a little bit slow to move, might take a while to warm up. So I do see a suggestion for you to kind of make a move here. Let's see, we have Old Ghost and Piercing the Mist. So we're going to look at the guidebook here. So everyone's past holds someone who left a deep mark, either for good or bad, but who slipped away or vanished. Looking over your shoulder, we can still glimpse them in our memories. Is Cara Morgan looking back with longing or resentment? A witch knows that it's not good to carry around with either sentiment forever. To finally be free of them, our choice is to either draw a mental line under the person and move on, or seek some kind of reconciliation in conclusion. For some of you, your crush could actually be somebody you've had a past with. And maybe that's why you've been kind of afraid to make a choice, because you've had some old stories with this person that have kind of factored into this, you know, this question, you know, wondering whether you should or not. It could just be other past hurts as well, just with different people or different situations. But we are seeing that you need to put it to a conclusion, you know. There is a choice that has to be made. You either move on, you know, or not. But overall, I'm feeling like you should just, no need to worry. Like, you should probably just make a move. And then we have Piercing the Mist. So let's see what that says. Lilac Be Sweet places flowers to remember her friend, wishing he was close by. She doesn't realize that he's right beside her in spirit, because grief has clouded all, even the sun. However, just like the sun struggling to break through, hope lives even in despair, even if it seems remote and veiled. The light of the sun will eventually pierce the mist, and then the scale of our pain becomes visible. The pain might be vast, but it's not infinite. It will have an end and an escape. So yeah, again, there might be some old pains that are maybe with this person, maybe in previous relationships. It's going to be different for everybody, that have, you know, really factored into how you feel about this situation. It could be why you're asking, you don't know. Perhaps this is, yeah, like I said, somebody that you've had a past relationship and you're like, are they with somebody else? and you're not sure maybe to move forward because maybe in the past it didn't work out. Also, like I said, it could just be, again, somebody else from your past, other past situations and pains that you're still holding on to. But there's definitely a need to let go of these things and not to worry, right? So, and then we have soulmates. So this is a person that is a soulmate to you. I feel like, in my beliefs, we have many of those, and we'll come across them in different ways. They aren't always romantic. They can be all kinds of different things. So we have, consider love in the deepest sense. Love so powerful that you'll never be the same, regardless of how long your relationship lasts. Consider friendships and romantic bonds so compelling that they overwhelm you with gratitude, or break you open so you'll finally claim who you were meant to be. Even a companion animal reminds you that it's you who's being rescued and healed. Pay attention, for you are in the presence of a soulmate, come to guide you home to the real you. Interesting. Oh, again, I had that song stuck in my head all day, and then it's The Real You, and I have that stained outside. I had it stuck in my head this morning again, so maybe that resonates with you in some way. That's weird. that like the end of that book is like in the lyrics, and I've had that song stuck in my head. That's weird. Okay, I said that twice. Just kind of blown away. Yeah, this person I do feel like is a soul connection. So if you've been wondering about that, I feel like this is a confirmation. And again, I feel like if you have had a bad past with this person, you might need to make a choice about whether you want to renew this. I feel generally though that this is something that you should go for. If you've wondered about that. In general, I do feel that message. If that's the case, for you. Maybe make contact, see how it goes. Make a plan. Kind of take some action here. Despite whether it's an old or new crush, I feel like you should be strategizing a way to kind of, crack into this and see where it can go. Because this is a soul connection you were meant to make. And yeah. Letting go of old hurts, not letting those type of things hold you back, is something I think that's important for you. Again, I see a lot of this energy actually in this reading. A lot of the piles have this advice energy about pain, past pain, previous pains perhaps, or previous insecurities holding them back, and really encouraging to make a move. Because if you never take a risk, you'll never know. You know what I mean? At least if you make a move, you know where you stand. And you know whether, hey, do I move on or do I not? You know what I mean? So I always encourage people to kind of, and I know it's not easy. It's not easy to make a move. I'm very, as despite all my fire, I do have a Taurus Mars, so sometimes I can be a bit slow in how I move and approach people. So anyways, with that being said, I really hope that this resonates with you. I hope it helps you. I do feel like your person's single, though. I don't necessarily see them being with someone else. I'm seeing more of you trying to encourage you to make a move towards this connection. So if you want a private reading, those are down below in the description box. You can do it through Etsy or Amazon. If you want to just purchase a reading straight up, that's on Etsy, which I opened earlier this month. And then if you want as well to maybe contribute to the channel in some way, I also give readings as a thank you for that. So buying something off the wish list, it's a good option for people who want to see certain decks used on the channel, or see something new. So I give 2 different options, and you'll get the same, you get the similar results to a reading. So, yeah, just be sure if you buy something off the Amazon wishlist to include your email or your Instagram so I can contact you, to set up that reading. Because then it'll be hard for me to track you down. Because like Connie, I got her email, but she still hasn't emailed me back. Oh my God, Connie. She still hasn't emailed me back. Okay. Anyways, guys, I really hope this resonates with you. I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, whatever's ahead of you, and wishing you all the very best, and I will see you next time. Hey guys, so if you chose pile number 4, this is your reading. This is rose quartz, so that's the gemstone. I've had someone ask about, wow, I put the wrong stone back on this. Oops. Silly me. This is rose quartz, so yeah, I had somebody, I think it was, or maybe I'm saying that backwards or weird, had asked to please mention the stone, so that's what I'm doing. So with this this reading, what I wanted to do was I used first the Crystal Ball Pocket Oracle, and I have a link to where you can buy that on Etsy below. It's a great shop with a lot of cool stuff in it, and this is a cool deck. It's very small. It's only 13 cards, but they give, answers. So we have Listen to Your Intuition. I was like, really? I was like, what a direct answer. Thank you. So let's look into it. I do feel like, okay, this might, okay, we'll see. So we have the Eight of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Magician, and the Ace of Coins. As well, we have with this Changing Faces, and Orphaned and Not For You as your advice cards. Interesting, because, so I do see somebody with the Eight of Wands. This can talk about, we have a lot of arrows flying out, right? This can be about a lot of talking, a lot of texting, a lot of passion. It could be a lot of, SCX. It could be just a lot of things going in a direction, And we have the Two of Wands. This person, you might see them as a player, and you might be right, okay, about this, because we do have the Two of Wands. Somebody who has two different options. There could be distance in this relationship, and you're kind of wondering about whether they're seeing somebody else. It's possible. Okay, with this, they might actually be seeing other people, and I hate giving this kind of information. The Magician can be kind of a trickster sometimes, and it's a great card sometimes, especially if it's as advice. But when it represents a person, it is a person who creates what they want. They have a lot of skills, but they can also use their skills to do, different things. So if you have had a feeling that this person could be a little bit shady or have different faces here, I feel like this could be something that you are in tune with. You are picking up something about this person. They may have recently, here with the Ace of Coins, made a move towards you or somebody else, okay? So if this person's made a move towards you recently, actually, and you're wondering, it could be that they've taken that initiative with you, but I feel like for many of you, they might have recently taken an initiative with someone else. And maybe you've had that feeling. Maybe they've been a little bit quiet. They haven't really been messaging as much. Maybe their energy's kind of going elsewhere. I hate giving these type of readings, but, I got to be honest and authentic, you know what I mean? We have Not For You and Orphaned, and I actually shuffled these really good, and there's a 6 and a 5. So there could have been, that's kind of making me wonder if there's been a decrease in communication, and that's kind of like maybe even why you're wondering what's going on with this person. These are advice cards for you as well, so we're going to read them and see what they say. So, Not For You. A clear knowing that something is being denied you. Rejection is God's protection. So you do have, and we have Listen to Your Intuition. So a clear knowing that something's being denied you. So you might already kind of know the answer to this. So it says, some relationships carry an innate seed of failure in them that is obvious from the beginning, but the red flags escape your observation or you refuse to acknowledge them. When a relationship is not meant to be, it's not possible to make it be. Rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine. If you're the one who must reject another, remember that you do so for both your sakes. For every pot there is a lid. This one may not be the best fit. So it is saying that maybe you've already had the intuition, the knowledge, inner knowledge, the inner knowing that this person maybe isn't meant for you in some way, but you still want to pursue it. I mean, it happens. We do that. I think we've all been there where we were pursuing something that we knew was a dead end. And this may be, a sign for you that this is, your intuition has been on point in some way. So relationship message. For Orphaned. So, by the way, it says essential meanings: a sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. As you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support, but may be disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing what you feel you deserve. This person might not be providing what you feel you deserve. Perhaps you are drifting away from this relationship because you're in a different stage of personal growth. Perhaps you are in a new relationship and discovering that you don't share the same values and beliefs, so you feel left out, unable to get to that intimate place of safety and belonging. Take heart, as Spirit knows you and loves you, and will steer you in the direction of those that accept you as you are without artifice or agenda. Don't compromise yourself to belong. It won't be worth the price. So, I think that we're getting a clear message here that you probably have already had intuition, popping up little signs or feelings that this person may not be for you. And you still are desiring them because they are very alluring here with the Magician. The Magician is like, they got it all. And, have you ever heard the song Magic Man by Heart? It says, cold late nights so long ago when I was not so strong, And then it says, a pretty man came to me, never seen eyes so blue. I could not run away. It seems we'd seen each other in our dreams. It seemed like he knew me. He looked right through me. And then it's kind of like a girl who runs away from home and her mom's like, come on home, girl. Mama cried on the phone, too soon to lose my baby. My girl should be at home. I love that song. But it's hard for me to remember the lyrics without singing them, which, I'm not, yeah. Anyways, there might be that allure to this person. And it's like, man, a magnet. And you just can't help it. You're like, I really like them. But you may know it's just not worth it. And, So let's look at changing faces real quick before we close off and see what this card says. This is a new deck, and I really love it. I really love it. And it's actually based off of a book series, which I need to read ASAP. So it says, painted faces brighten any coven festival, and we all wear different faces on occasion. Although perhaps not as striking as Lavinia Silverdale's, masking can help us by covering our vulnerabilities like a shield, such as wearing a brave face during a crisis, or being attentive when we're really feeling exhausted. A mask can be new clothes or a new hairstyle, and these simple things can give us a fresh perspective on ourselves. Would you benefit from stepping out of your everyday routine and being someone else for a while? It might be that this person is the type to kind of change faces in some way. And maybe this person is somebody that you've been in a routine with in some way. In terms of your feelings, maybe you've been kind of obsessed for a while. And it might be time to kind of look in a new direction. You know what I mean? Is what this is being said. Maybe again, you've kind of been trying to make this fit by wearing a mask. Maybe it's a protection for you in some way too, to not look elsewhere. Maybe this person in some way feels comfortable for you. It might be because they really do have kind of a spell on you. Not literally a spell, but there might be something spell binding about them that really just draws you in. And it might be also here with the Ace of Coins telling you to kind of look elsewhere. Put yourself elsewhere. So, I know this is kind of a complicated little bit of a reading here because it's like, is your crush single? And it kind of turned into this. But I do feel like there is a high chance that your crush is single, but I feel like they might play around a lot. Okay, so that's kind of what, they might be a player. They might just not be the person for you, at least at this point. This is current energy, But I hope that this reading helps you. I'm sorry if it was a little bit negative. I want to be honest. I feel like I'm not doing you any favor by sugarcoating anything. Especially, talking to people with private readings and stuff. I've had a few people that were just, feeling a little bit confused and stuff. And I want to give clarity to people, confused from different readings and different messages. And yeah, so I just want to be clear with what I say. And with that being said, if you do want a private reading, that's down below in the description box. You can either do it through Etsy or Amazon. If you buy something off my Amazon wish list and you are sure to leave, a way to contact you, like Instagram or email, and you want to see, maybe you want to get me something off my wish list, I always give readings for those as a thank you. And then there's Etsy, so you can just get a straight up reading, with the different options there. So yeah, that's how you could connect with me in that way. But as always, I just appreciate you guys watching, supporting. If this resonates, let me know. Let me know you chose pile number 4. And if you want to tell me about your magic man or magic woman, you could tell me. I'd love to hear about it and give your comment a heart. And yeah, see you guys next time. Wishing you all the very best, okay? See you next time.